So this we are bringing to you is the celebration of a Chinese traditional festival, the Dragon Boat Festival in Manchester. So you are now seeing the different rowers from both China and the UK. So people are now waiting for a group photo. As you can see, in the center, we have a team wearing light-colored shirts. They are the team of Manchester Police. They are two-time winners of the Dragon Boat rowing competition. In 1 year, they actually managed to row into within 49 seconds. So they're very confident to be the champion in this race again today. Manchester is a very famous city with 1 million population, and the Manchester Police has 6,000 police officers. They also work in different areas, like in the Chinatown. They also have a section to ensure the safety of Chinese people. And we have 10,000 international students in Manchester from China. We also have a lot of overseas Chinese living here, and that's why we have such a big festival in Manchester actually celebrating the Dragon Boat Festival of China. It's really closely associated with such a big Chinese community living in Manchester. We can really feel the atmosphere. Everybody's so excited. And behind each flag, there is one Dragon Boat rowing team, a total of 36 teams. So today the team has 10 persons with a drummer, a total of 11 members. And then so 5 rowers will sit on the left-hand side, the other 5 will sit on the right-hand side. This is a bit different from the traditional Dragon Boat competition in the UK, which only has 8 people in one team. The guests are waiting for the signal. Pay attention. So in Chinese we say 1, 2, 3, but in the UK people say cheese, so that you have a very beautiful smile when the picture is taken. And after this brief ceremony, we can actually have an interview with the different team representatives, also including the Chinese team coming from Wuhan, a central city in China.
China BBC. So can I do? Yeah, can I do? Okay. So can I 1 minute? Okay. Okay, between the race. Okay. Can I do short interview with you? So you just give, 这是总警长. You just give the speech very briefly. You say nothing to say but win. How could you be so confident?
No. I was joking with my team, and the important point that I made was that the police here in Greater Manchester are very much part of all of our communities, and we really cherish our relationship that we have with the Chinese community. The team from Greater Manchester Police have taken part over a number of years, and they have won it in the past. But we are so pleased that we have policing colleagues from Wuhan in the People's Republic of China here today. So there's a friendly rivalry.
Okay, 我简单的翻译一下。他说他刚才的那个演讲其实也是半。
I'll briefly translate. Now he was happy jokingly saying that it's really a pleasure for his team to join the traditional festival, Dragon Festival in China. This really shows the friendship between the UK and China. They also welcome this very friendly rival from the Wuhan team.
I'm not confident. They've not practiced as much this year, but there will be a good spirit and good fun, and that's the main thing.
Okay, it's the first time in the history the Chinese policemen, have a boat race with.
It is, and it's very much down to the Consul General here in Manchester, who has arranged for the team to come over from Wuhan. So we're delighted to have our international policing colleagues here with us.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
谢谢。
Thank you.
所以我刚才说，他说他其实是半开玩笑，他也不认为他们。
Well, just now I asked him, and he said, well, maybe this year was a bit difficult for the team to win again because this year they have a very competitive team from Wuhan, China, and this is the first time for the UK and China to have police officers competing with each other in this dragon boat race. And now I'm looking for our Chinese team from Wuhan. Where are they? Okay, so just now you're in the ceremony, but now really pleased to have you. This is Mr. Zheng, and he has been making a lot of efforts organizing this event. As you can see, everybody is so excited in this competition. This is the 7th year of the race, and this is the largest scope it has ever been. 36 scopes, 36 teams. And we have so many important teams from Manchester joining in, so we're very excited and we look forward to a very successful event. Now please tell me about the Wuhan team. Oh, this is Mr. Xiao Hanzhang. This is from Wuhan Public Security Bureau, a leader there, Mr. Xiao. Well, I heard that you are very well prepared for this race, right? Yes, we have been supported by the consulate and the embassy. They have invited us to join this Manchester's Dragon Boat race, and this is an event that we believe will help promote Chinese culture. Well, you want to win. I heard that this is the things that you have in mind. Well, yes, winning is very important for us, but even more important is friendly exchanges. Of course, we will do our best. Well, you don't need to be that modest. What about the police officers in the team? They were very busy, right, in their daily work? Yes, very busy, especially this year, because the 7th World, a very major sports event will take place in Wuhan. So there will be a lot of coaches and athletes coming to Wuhan this year. And that's why the Public Security Bureau of Wuhan has been doing a lot. Of course, we're very proud of that because this is a way to promote our city's image on the world stage and to promote Chinese culture. And how many police officers have come over to Manchester? A total of 15, and 11 are rowers. This is the first time for them to come to Manchester for this race. Do they suffer from a time lag, jet lag? Well, I think they are doing okay. And this track is 200 meters. Is it long for you? Well, in Wuhan, we also have taken part in races and with very good achievements, good scores. Well, that shows that you're very confident for this race as well. Yes, so we are also here to learn from the other teams. We have a total of 36 teams participating in this event. Well, Good luck. So I'm looking for the members of the Wuhan team. So something about this event. Manchester and Wuhan, why are these two cities competing to each other? Well, actually, many years ago, these two cities become sister cities. So this is an outcome, today's race is an outcome of that friendship. The race is going to start in a minute, and there will be 3 rounds of preliminary competitions. And each preliminary competition will also comprise different rounds. So the different teams will compete in 4 tracks. So because we have 36 teams, that means we will have 9 rounds of preliminary competition. And in midnight Beijing time, we will get the results for the 6 top teams in the preliminary rounds. Okay, so if we go further, we can see the Manchester's teams. So just now I said at midnight today, we're going to select the 6 best teams from the preliminary rounds that will enter the finals. And I'm very confident that, that there will be both the team from Wuhan and both the team and the team from Manchester that are going to make their way into the final rounds. Everybody is preparing for this race.
Be careful. Sorry for this. Every person get well the close. So can I do a very short interview, flash interview? To please, may I have your name and introduce your teammates?
Yeah, all of them. Hi, I'm Ivan Wright. This is the Robo-Cops from Greater Manchester Police.
How long you have been trained, and what's your target for this competition?
So we've probably been training at least 3 years together. We've won this event twice already.
I know
last 2 years. So obviously our target today will be to win again.
When he says we've been training for 3 years, we've just been doing it 3 years.
Okay.
We haven't trained for 3 years solid.
刚才呢，我们现在就在采访这支警察队伍的代表，他们跟我们说
So we're having an interview with these representatives from Manchester. They said that their team has a history of 3 years. I said, well, have you been training for 3 years? They said no. They have been established. They were established 3 years ago as a team, but they have already won for 2 times.
我们会看一个 Hello. So I just introduce. 我告诉大家啊，就是这边这支队伍里边有2位女选手，非常的了不起。
There are 2 women in the team. We have one drummer here and then Sarah over there, who is the 5th rower on the left-hand side.
You are very confident, are you?
And she's the engine.
We're worried about this police team from China. They look good.
然后我说他们看起来都非常有自信啊。他说对，我们其实挺替那个武汉的。
They look very confident. And they're also worried for the Wuhan team, although they look very strong.
Do you know that?
Oh, no pressure then. They look fabulous, so we'll have to see.
Have you heard anything about the Dragon Boat Festival? Do you know the history?
We know a little bit about the history, but we've been in this competition before, and we've obviously watched the opening ceremonies a couple of times and spoken to some people. And so it's a really good event. We love doing it, and it's a great atmosphere.
Okay. 天空开始下起小雨了啊！我跟他们说，其实我们的武汉的
It starts to be a bit drizzly. And our Wuhan team, I just told them they don't just look strong, they're also champion in China. And they said, well, that means we have even less pressure. And this is the 3rd time for them to participate in the race. And they are very familiar with the culture behind this race. That is the Dragon Boat Festival in China.
Not before the first race, but that's where we're going straight afterwards.
Okay, so
We tried it last year. It was lovely.
You tried it last year.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful,
Very
like it. Okay，他们说他们已经之前尝过中国的粽子了，但是
They said that last year they have already had the taste of the traditional Chinese delicacies, but they are not going to taste the food before the race.
Because I know you are the commander, because you are the drummer. So tell me, what's the tip to operate your boat?
With a tip, just to drum to the beat of the first paddle when they're doing it, just to go with their drum.
So how long have you practiced with them?
Same, 3 years.
1 year. But how long really practice?
We've not really, it's off and on practice. Practiced in the boat, but drumming, we've not really done a lot of practice.
Okay. 我刚才问啊，因为其实这是鼓手，是这个队伍的大脑。我问他真的如何来
So
指挥
this
这
is
个
a
比赛。
drummer who is the commander of the team. I asked, how did you command? How are you able to command the team? And she says, well, I just drum, so the drum beats will serve as signals for the rowers.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 他们因为马上要参赛了，因为他们作为卫冕冠军，因为是
They're ready to go for the race. As the defending champion, they will be the first in the first round.
我不知道大家是否能够看到200米不远就在桥的那个位置呢，待会儿就是终点。那么他们在
At the bridge, well, as you can see, the bridge actually is the terminal of this track, and they have won this race for 2 times, but not in 2017. The reason, of course, is very obvious because in 2017, Manchester suffered from a terrorist attack, so there was no race that year. But in 2016 and 2018, they were the champions of the Dragon Boat rowing race. Britain is famous for boat rowing, and in the history of Olympics, the UK has a very bright record. One of the countries that have won the most medals in this kind of game. But now they have also participated in the celebration of the Chinese festival, the Dragon Boat Festival, which actually is a signature of China's agricultural culture. And here we have another team, Baodao team, also from the Chinese community, but the local Chinese residents, including the international students or employees in the city. Each team is required to wear the life vest, and each team has a drummer. In a moment, the Manchester police team here will also be the place for the Wuhan team to compete. The race is about to start. Just now, the Manchester police team said that they were very busy, so they didn't have too much time to train as a team, but they were very disciplined because they're all police officers. So I think that is the same for the Wuhan team from China, because boat rowing and dragon boat rowing means everybody needs to work in a very coordinated way with a very good team spirit. If somebody goes faster, somebody goes slower, then that will actually slow the boat down because there is not this balance. I haven't rowed a dragon boat in my life, but I have watched many dragon boat races, and I'm sure that some of our viewers have also watched this kind of race, even if you haven't rowed this kind of boat yourself. And everybody in China, I guess, is expecting to have a very good dragon festival holiday in China, but this is very rare occasion today because we have the Chinese team and the British team competing with each other. We see that so many people have come for the race, and especially in some teams we have women. That is something really modern, and that shows the Chinese community living in Manchester, how well they have integrated, they have assimilated to the society here. And this is a very international event. Usually when we talk about traditional Chinese festival, it's only for the Chinese, but now we are seeing British also joining in this kind of celebrations. So the Wuhan police officer, they're here. They're now getting their equipment. They have to put on life vests before they go down to the water. You are all police officers from. These are all police officers from Wuhan, and we also regard them as people from the hometown of Qu Yuan is a very famous Chinese literary figure, a Chinese scholar that actually gives rise to the festival. Well, the team was only founded 2 years ago, so it's a very young team. And in this event, we represent the city of Wuhan, and we're very pleased to share this culture of traditional Chinese Dragon Boat Festival. It's also an occasion for us to show our image as police officers from Wuhan. Well, the team members, they seem to be not as tall as those in the Manchester team. So what do you say about that? Well, we don't worry about that because the important factor for the success of the race is coordination, not height of the team members. We have been preparing for 1 month for this race. Everybody is working so hard. So the team members of other teams, they're already down there rowing. What do you say? How do you think they're doing? Well, I think okay, they're doing okay. And we have come to this race to, first of all, learn from the other teams, but we also want to win. And the Manchester team, of course, is our major rival, and we are very confident in that. We are still suffering from jet lag, and we have just arrived only yesterday in Manchester. So our team from Wuhan only arrived yesterday, and today they are bracing for the race. So in a foreign country, they are suffering from jet lag. It's a bit challenging. Yes, they're all from Wuhan, from the different public security sections in Wuhan. They didn't have traditional Wuhan food, the hot dry noodle this morning, but they are doing very well now, as you can see. They're all men, but the drummer is a woman in our team, Liu Aona. So, as just now I said that it's very important for the team to work as a team, that everybody cooperates very well and coordinates their movements. So the drummer here, as you can see, is a woman. She looks really cool. We call her Tomboy because she looks like a very handsome boy. So everybody here learns this dragon boat rowing technique as a hobby, and this hobby is very conducive to bodybuilding. If I go and interview them, will that be okay? Yes, just be quick. Captain, please tell me about your team, about the training, how you prepare for this race. Yes, since April the 28th, we have started preparation until May the 29th, so it's almost a month's training. Every day, in morning, at noon, and in the afternoon, we have 3 training sessions. Yes, and we still have to go to the office. We still have public security tasks. So not only dragon bowing practices, we still have to work to ensure safety and security of our city. So, good luck as captain. Because the race is already beginning, so we shouldn't really take much of their time in interviews. Have they really rolled? Is this really the preliminary round? Or has the preliminary round not started yet? There was just a warm-up just now. Oh, okay. So Mr. Zhong told us that the teams, they will go to the other side, they will roll to the other side, and the other side actually is the starting point. So they're coming to us. And in the video, you will see they coming to us in the race. The farthest point, actually the blue teams, they are the Manchester representatives now in the preliminary round. And this preliminary round takes a lot of time. The results will only come at midnight. So we're going to deliver the results to you hours later, whether the teams are able to go into the final. Let us wait and see. The race is about to start.
钟教练是马上开始了吧？
对，是马上开始了。
Mr. Zhong, the race is about to start, right? Yes.
Now 现在是在对航道。
我们现在等一下比赛开始啊。
Let us wait for a moment.
It 可能我们的这个镜头会显得稍微有点远，但是等到比赛的队伍走进来的时候，其实很快啊，200米大概是用时也就是1分钟左右。
But it's only 200 meters, so it takes not even 1 minute, so just more than like 40 seconds. 40 to 50 seconds for a team to finish the race. So now let us hold our breaths. The team is coming to us. So we have the first team, Manchester, which is actually your main rival. You're counting time, right? And we are waiting for the signal to start the race. In the water sports stadium of Manchester, we're having this event, and this place used to be a canal. The canal was built so that Manchester can import cotton from the US. At that time, Manchester was an important industrial city. with textile industry as one of its main industries. So that's why it needs to import these cotton products. And now we are seeing the team members of Wuhan. They are ready to start. And we have a drummer, a woman in the team. Now let's take a closer look at the team over there, because the race has already started. At the left-hand side, we have the Manchester team wearing blue shirts. You see, they have already come in the front. And Mr. Zhong from Wuhan team, the coach, he is counting time because Manchester team is their main rival. The police officers from Wuhan, they are paying close attention to their rivals' performance. So, 48 seconds. That's good, 48 seconds. Well, you just do your job and do well. Well, at home in Wuhan, we also do this kind of training, but with a longer track, 500 meters. 200 meters is rather short. The Manchester police team said they haven't had a lot of chance to train. But the team members in the Manchester team, they are familiar with each other. They work very well with each other because they were almost the same people in previous games, in previous races. That team rode really fast. Well, that's the team from Manchester Police. They look so professional. The spectators today, as you can see, so many people have come, residents, international students, and local people. They are paying close attention to the race. So this event has also become a very famous event in Northwest Britain. And Mr. Zheng, can you tell us more about the event? Has this event become a kind of a signature event in Northwest Britain? Yes, the event has become an important race for dragon boat race in UK, and is also one of the biggest races in UK of the same kinds. And the spectators just now, they were really praising the performance of the Manchester team. Yes, they were well trained, all the members of Manchester, and they will give you very good performance. This is just the start. Because in this round, their rival may not be very strong, but as time goes by, they will go into other rounds where they are going to have more competitive rivals, and so that will mean more interesting matches. You can see our uniform, the T-shirts in purple from Xinhua Association. And as you can see in the team, we also see foreign faces. Yes, because in the organization or in the company, there are also foreign employees or Chinese employees. This is a race that really shows the great integration among different cultures. This is the team from Taiwan. Well, you seem a bit nervous. As a woman, how do you feel? Well, yeah, it's really very exhausting, and it's very difficult for me, but it's really funny, and I encourage everyone to take part. Have you trained as a team before? Well, in the morning, this is the first meetup for us in the morning.
我觉得我们主要是重在参与，对，因为很难得有这样的活动。
Yeah, we have just come for this opportunity. We're not really coming to win the game. So we have the team from Taiwan, and she is a Taiwan native. In this place on the water, there are a lot of sports events, so this place is not open for training very often. That's why you have to train elsewhere. And many training sessions are very professional. In the training sessions, you can have very professional equipment that actually give you a true feeling of the sport on actual water surface. And this team, some of them, they went to other places very quietly without letting other people know about their training sessions. But for many teams, this is the first time for them to actually to really compete on actual water surfaces. This is a very good event, very famous event in Manchester. And this is an occasion where different mainstream teams can meet up, both representatives of the Queen and the local authority, as well as the mayor of the cities. So that shows that the mainstream of British society has given huge support to this event, supporting cultural integration. And as we know, the UK is famous for its rowing competition, and in the history of Olympics, this country has won a lot of awards and medals. And China is a country with a very long history of a dragon boat rowing, so this is a very exciting fusion of different cultures. Something that will be very interesting to you. Dragon boat is highly recognized as a Chinese cultural element abroad. Traditionally, people are interested in Chinese food, but now people are also paying attention to Chinese sports, traditional sports like dragon boat rowing. Where's the Wuhan team? Oh, the left one, the one on the left. As you can see, they're doing so well. They're in the lead. And they have, you see, they have very coordinated movements. We are highly confident in our team. Mr. Zhong, their coach, is counting time. Bravo. Mr. Zhong, how many seconds? 45 seconds. Okay, so in the preliminary round, the Wuhan team has managed to row the boat to within 45 seconds, and the Manchester team was 48 seconds. So that means the Wuhan team was better in the preliminary round, leading by 3 seconds. What do you know that means? 3 seconds will make you lead by a wide margin in races. Well, the Manchester team still look very confident. Maybe they haven't used their full strength because this is only the preliminary round. And after our team from Wuhan have come on bank, we will interview them again. We cannot step down to this deck because this deck is reserved for the athletes. But they are going to board on the other side. So let us look for our Wuhan team. And this is the first time for them to compete on this water. The Dragon Boat Festival has also brought to the people here a lot of Chinese cultural elements. As you can see, Chinese food and Chinese musical instrument, the pipa. So, what is it like? How do you feel? This is the first round of race. Well, we're feeling okay. in our daily training. So it's okay because it feels that we are able to work very closely, and this is a team sport, so coordination is very important. So you want to use your strengths in a collective way, and we're very, very confident in you, and I'm sure you are going to make it into the final round. Okay, so Mr. Zheng, in this city, Manchester, we're so happy to see Dragon Boat Festival coming to this city, attracting so much attention. And as we come to the end of our show, I would also like to see how do you feel about the assimilation of the Chinese culture of a Dragon Boat Festival in the UK. Yeah, we're very excited because this event will involve a lot of different departments, a lot of people. We have invested a lot into this event, but it really pleases us to see that so many British people have joined in, and they are so interested in promoting Chinese culture. And as someone working to promote the Chinese culture, we're so proud, and it feels that this is the correct way to promote Chinese culture because we're doing it in a very soft way. And today we are having this drizzle. It seems that the cultural propagation is also like a drizzle. You want to promote it in a soft way to attract people to come over to you. But still we hope that the Wuhan police team can have a very good result. Yes, and we look forward to very in-depth exchanges between the two teams. Thank you, dear viewers, for viewing this show. This is the first time in history for Chinese police officers and British police officers to compete on the same stage. But at the same time, it gives even more pleasure to actually see this cultural atmosphere taking root in Britain.